Edmond elementary teachers, you all are amazing. I know that you're making videos and doing all kinds of great things for your kids. I have to tell you that this is like recording number 7 of this video, which is embarrassing because I believe in one take videos, but I keep messing major things up and having to start over. And I tell you that because I know how hard you're working to make your digital content meaningful and relational for your kids and help them learn in deep ways. And that just takes so much work. We admire you and just want you to know that we see you. So we heard you loud and clear that with all of that work, you need a place to share the very best things you're building so that other people can use them, and for other people to share the very best things they're building so that you can use them. And usually when we do that in Google Drive, but your content specialist tried to sift through all the possible hiccups of any format that this might take, this method for you to share with one another district-wide. And I want to explain why we chose to offer you the method that we have and then just walk you through it quickly so you can start sharing and borrowing from one another. So originally, we said let's use a shared drive in Google. But shared drives and Canvas don't like each other. They don't see each other. They don't talk. So we thought, okay, we'll scratch that. That's probably going to have some hiccups. Our next idea was to just do a normal folder in Google Drive and add all the teachers for that grade level across the district, all 75 first grade teachers, whatever it would be, and give them editing rights. So they could add their favorite things and put it in the math folder and all of that. But when you have 60 to 100 people editing a single space in a Google Drive, people are bound to make mistakes by accident, whether that means that they deleted something they thought was a copy, but it was the original, or they moved the original out to their space because they thought it was their copy. It's just going to get messed up when you have that many editors in a single space. We also realized that if we put it in a Google Drive folder, it would be harder for you to share things like videos that you're making or a website that had this amazing resource that you just want to share the website. You can't put a website in Google Drive. So what we've come up with is a form where you can submit your best resources you think your colleagues might want. And then the responses sheet, everyone can see, even if you haven't turned something in to share, you could steal from other people by looking at the responses. So I wanted you to know why we chose that form method. We're open as we go, as things need to evolve, but we think this is the best place to start to help you get to share across the district. So from the teacher dashboard, go to the elementary page, which you can do from the menu, or you can click on the button. On the elementary page, underneath this new section, you'll see a row for sharing and a row for viewing. So exactly what you would think. The first ones you click on your grade level, and that's how you can share a resource that you've built or found, making sure that we're not violating any copyright. And then from the view row, that's where you, any educator, you can even look at the grades above and below you. You can see what's been shared if you want to use it or borrow it and make a copy. So when you share, I already have a form open. I opened the first grade one. When you share, it's going to ask for your name. It's going to ask you to name the resource because this is what your colleagues will see so they can steal it. And then it'll ask you what it is. Is it a Google slide? Is it a website? Is it something else? Make sure that you are sharing things that you have copyright permission to share. So watch out for things that you've purchased on some other website that were allowed for you to use with your students, but not the whole district to use with your students. Be very careful about what you share. And then when you click next, I might have to zoom out to do that. There we go. The second part of the form is going to just ask you for your subject area. And we started with only the 4 core subjects because we thought, let's start focused and small. Everybody's crazy busy, drowning a little bit. Let's stay focused on the 4 core, knowing we can grow. So over time, if these need to be expanded, they can. And electives, we want you to know we did not intentionally leave you out. A lot of you are smaller groups who already have a Google Drive system set up that works for you. So if you're an elective group like elementary music, if you want a form for you to share, so you have something just like the first grade team has here, please email any of us on the EBSAC team, and we would love to make the form for you and put it on the teacher dashboard so you had a similar space. We just didn't want to make something that electives didn't necessarily need. Okay, so you pick your content area in the form. And then you're just going to describe it briefly, tell who made it. Oh, it wants a description. I'm going to type some nonsense. And the last part is ensuring that you have that copyright permission, that you didn't use anything you weren't allowed to, or you're not sharing anything we don't have permission to share. So you'd submit that, and I'm not going to because mine is nonsense. But then as soon as you do, in the viewing buttons, if I submitted a first grade resource, it would show up right here for anybody to see, to click the link, to go to it, and to use it. Let's talk really quick about Google Files. So imagine that I made, which I can't take credit for, this beautiful Google slide deck. If I'm the teacher who made it and I want to share it with other people, then I need to go to my share button and make sure the permissions are open so that anyone in Edmond can view, copy that link, and that link is what I'm going to submit back here in the sharing form. It won't work if I'm the only one who can see it and I share that link with the whole district. So you're going to make sure that your link is shareable, visible to anyone in Edmond. Now, if we're the people who are going to borrow and steal, we're so excited about this resource that we don't have to make because someone else is awesome and already did it. Then if you're not a common Google user, you're getting used to this still, I just want to remind you that the file drop-down menu has make a copy. So the person who created it shared the viewing version. You can check it out. If you like it, you can go to File, Make a Copy. And that copy, you can edit, you can move to another folder, you can do whatever you want because it's yours. You won't mess up the original. Okay, if you've made Loom videos, whatever you're working on, think through if you think you've put in some time and energy. This could be inspiring for others to see a creative way that you approached making a video lesson or talking to parents and students in the same video. Share it. If you have something you think people will want to copy, share it. This is a place where, as long as we're sticking with the pacing guide and their district curriculum so that we're all on the same page and our kids are getting similar learning wherever they are in any of our schools, especially if they move between schools. If you're in that boat and you're making cool stuff, please use the dashboard to share that with your teammates around the district. We appreciate you more than we can say and hope that this is a help to you. Reach out to your content specialist if there's anything that you want to give feedback on that you think would improve this or help us help you better.